your spouse is getting instructions. Your spouse is receiving instructions from the Lord. Welcome back to Prophetic Diary. My name is Tynique. If you're not already subscribed to this channel, go ahead and click on the subscribe button. We would love to have you as part of the family. Everything you need to know is down in the description box below. How to sign up for that one-on-one coaching call with myself. The Lord, out of obedience, I decided to go ahead and drop my prices to the end of June out of obedience. Go ahead, take advantage of it. Pray for my strength because I'm already booked. So I know I'm really about to be booked, but that's okay. God will give me the strength and I'm up for the challenge. We have our PD Society Circle this Sunday at 10 a.m. We're going to talk about how to hear the voice of the Lord. Are you hearing the voice of the Lord? Is those your thoughts? Is those familiar spirits talking to you? Is that your soulish realm? Let's talk about it. We got our Single and Ready series June 22nd. We're going to be doing some wedding planning. God is getting us ready. You might think that you're ready, but there's so many things that you're a little rusty on. And God is going to help us through this series prepare. This is the part 2 where David, in the first word that I just released, was anointed king. He stepped into his position and immediately the Philistines came after him. And the Lord told him that I'm going to deliver them. Even though they're surrounding you, I'm going to deliver you. So moving on to part 2. So David went up, and there he defeated the Philistines. He said, as the waters break out, the Lord has broken out against my enemies. Somebody say, the Lord has broken out against my enemies. So that place was called Baal. The Philistines abandoned their idols there, and David and his men carried them off. Once more, the Philistines came up and spread out. Somebody saying they was reluctant. They came at David again. So David inquired of the Lord, and he answered, don't go straight up, but circle around behind them. Attack them in front of the poplar tree. As soon as you hear the sound of marching in the tops of the poplar trees, move quickly, because this will mean that the Lord has gone out in front of you to strike the Philistine army. When your spouse finally sits down with all these words that I give, and they're adding up, right? Once they finally sit down, once they finally realize I gotta fight, once they finally realize I need you, Lord, once they finally realize I gotta get back home to my father's house, once they finally realize, God is going to give them instructions on how to come at you. These enemies were coming for David once again. They wanted to finally, they probably came up with another plan, another play. But God had the ultimate play. Somebody say the ultimate. And so God said, don't go straight up. What you need to do is do this and do that. I need you to go up by those trees. Once you see that, you'll hear this marching. And then once you hear the marching, you go in and you take them out. Because once you hear that marching, you're going to know that I was before you. And they're going to get a confidence like they've never had, your spouses. They never had before, because they're going to start to feel that God is in it and God is with them. Once they get that confidence that God, like David had, like God already told me I'm going to take the Philistines out. So I'm going to listen to his instructions and go forth, because I might be outnumbered, but I know God is with me. And your spouse is going to find this confidence where they're going to be like, I thought I was alone in this all this time, but now I'm seeing that God is with me. I thought that God didn't love me, that he didn't care, that God was mad at me. But I'm coming out of this prison of my mind, and I'm realizing that God is with me. Your spouse is going to realize that. And once they do, they'll hear the instructions and move on the instructions. Just like our sister Marquisha shared her testimony yesterday. Her spouse had instructions from God, and he said, I can't even wait any longer to talk to you. So God says, they about to sit down. They about to come to me, and finally, they're going to get that I'm with them. If you feel led to sow into this word, hashtag the ultimate plan. The ultimate plan. Glory be to God, family. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.